Grab your popcorn and snacks, find a comfy spot, take a seat or lie down, and let me transport you to a place of fantasy, ghost stories, ancient legends, odd creatures, alien encounters, and other magical topics. You may even decide to join the conversation. From faraway lands to your own backyard, with a small dash of pixie dust. Turn out the lights and open your minds. The journey. Hey guys, how's it going? It got kind of cut off. I apologize. Welcome. We're just getting the learning curves and things taken care of with this. This is my second show on Restream, just getting used to it. Nancy hasn't come in yet, but welcome. My guest tonight will be medium Nancy Matz. She'll be with us in a few minutes. We're going to be talking about some different things, and we're going to be talking about updates to our programming and all this stuff. It's the first time we're starting at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, which is going to be a permanent thing here. My name is Charlotte. I'm going to be your host for the next hour, I hope. And I'm also the owner of the California Haunts Paranormal Investigation Team based out of Sacramento, California. We're 45 strong up and down the state, which means if you have a paranormal issue, we can get to you. It may take us a while, but we can definitely get to you. Just look us up on Facebook. We're over on Facebook, YouTube, almost all the social media places is where we're located. I'm really excited to be here. Really excited to get this show started. Starting not next week, but the week after, we will have consistent shows. We will have some consistent shows coming up. We'll be back on our regular schedule Sunday through Friday with shows. So I'm trying to see if Nancy can't get in or where Nancy's at right now. This is all new for her. So just be patient with us tonight. I've yet to put a guest on here, so that's going to be interesting too. Let me get the chat up and see if any of you guys are chatting. Nope. Okay. There's no chat yet. So I'm waiting for the chat to come up, and as we wait for Nancy, a few announcements to make before Nancy comes on. And the major announcement is that, again, we're going to be doing shows consistently the week after next. That'll give me time to book some people. If you guys would like tarot readings, anything free tarot readings, please let me know. It's going to be TikTok tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'll be over on TikTok doing 3-card readings and past, present, future readings for people for free. And I've been doing that every night, every day of the week. So I'll be back over there tonight right after I get done doing the show here. So I want to welcome everybody to Restream. It's a whole new start for us. And I'm just waiting for Nancy to come in. And let me make sure that she's got the link and all that good stuff, because I haven't heard from her. Anything can happen. It usually does on the first night. Yeah, so just give me a second. We're just trying to figure all this out. Anyway, okay, I don't know where she's at. She might be having trouble getting in. Okay, because this is her first night doing this, and yeah. Let me remind her. I haven't seen any messages from her. Okay. Anyway, so now it gives me a chance again to talk with you guys about things that are going on. I want to make an announcement about the meetup, the California Haunts meetup. Meetup has raised their prices to $45 a month, and I can't afford to pay a $45 price a month to host the meetup. So what I was hoping to do was do subscriptions at $2 a piece. And maybe you guys could help me out over at the meetup and help me out to pay the fees for the meetup. So if that happens, that's fine. If not, I'm going to have to close the meetup down, and we're going to have to get you guys to log in somewhere else so you can, follow our events and whatnot. So just giving you a heads up about that. I'm going to be getting a letter out to everybody explaining everything. I see we got 3 people. I see, there's 3 watchers trying to talk about, trying to get Nancy in. Maybe she's having trouble getting into the chat room. I'm waiting on a text from her or something. Haven't heard anything yet. But it should be an interesting show. This is, I know I did the book read on Sunday, which didn't do too bad. But this is the first time I'm going to be bringing a guest into the show. So it should be interesting to see how well that works out tonight. Okay, well, let's get this thing started. And like I said, we could talk about ghosts and different things in this past week, and a lot of people have a lot of anxiety going on at this point, and Nancy and I were wanting to discuss that, but Nancy's not here yet. So, and as far as I know, I don't even know how to bring Nancy in on this thing yet. So this is going to be an experience tonight. But at least I got the backdrop to the point where last time I was too dark. I looked too dark on the screen, so I hope I'm looking okay now on the screen. I've got to make adjustments because, like I said, we're not with StreamYard anymore. We're over at Restream doing these videos. Also, for the people that like to listen again on the RSS feed, that's going to be a day late because Restream has a weird MPEG-4 file that they turn these videos into, and all my real good video places like Adobe and stuff won't read that file. So I have to wait till YouTube finishes its final upload before I can download it back on my laptop and then pull it back into my audio software to get it over to Restream or over to RSS for the iHeartRadio people and all those people. So there's going to be like a day delay with it. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Nancy. I'm gonna try and send her the link again. So give me a second here, okay? So just bear with it. Whoops, something just came in. Something, I just heard a noise. Ah, there she is. All right, let's bring her in. I think this is how we do it. Okay, I'm going to click on Nancy. Bring her in. Let's see what happens. How do I do this? Let me see. Nancy, okay. I see her there. I'm going to make her active. Okay.
Hi, sweetie.
First,
Uh, are we
good.
an
How are
hour
you?
earlier?
Yes, we're an hour earlier.
Did I? You should have told
You
me.
missed. I did it. Well, no, it was the email I sent you.
No, all you do is send me the link.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
going from
yeah.
5:30 to 6:30 now.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. I,
Everybody,
I,
I told them,
I
I
think
told
it.
them we're
Huh?
starting for the first time. Yeah, I told them we're starting out for the first time, and to bear with us.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to fix it being so dark and so light. Is that something you can do on your end? Is lighten it a little bit, or it
You look
seems
really,
so bright.
you look light on my end right here.
Do you? Well, let's hope so because it seems
Yeah,
really dark, and I am
yeah. I
dark,
had
but
to
I
lighten
haven't had
mine.
my.
Yeah,
Did you
after
have to
doing the
lighten
show
yourself?
Sunday, I had to lighten mine up. Yeah, after doing the show Sunday, I had to lighten myself up too. So I mean, it's all like trying to get the bugs out right now. That we're doing. We're not doing intros anymore, so I don't have that. Hey guys, we're gonna have Nancy Matz on, blah 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 intro. That's not happening anymore. I discovered that was a big no go. So pretty much for the beginning of the show, we're just running the music with the whole that whole little introduction thing in the front, and that's it now, because there's
Well,
no way
as
I can
far,
do an intro anymore.
yeah, and
So
no criticism. It's just every time you do anything new, we're going to have to figure out. And the lighting
yeah,
on my end for me is very stark, and it's dark, so
yeah,
I'm not sure it's something I can fix.
no.
So I apologize,
You look
everybody.
In fact, I was going to compliment you because your background looks really good. I can see the green in the fly. I can see the green on the plants and everything back there.
Well, it's a different one. It has more color in it than the one I have. So
Yeah,
I'm just trying something
yeah,
different. I have so many of them. I should try them out, but like I said, the contrast sometimes doesn't work. A lot of the shows I watch, people have a screen or something that's very light, like I had before last
yeah,
week.
yeah.
Uh,
So everybody, just bear with us. We're learning. It's a learning curve. I don't even have credits running. There's no credits at the end of the show yet. I'm working on that. But it's a learning curve. Today I got frustrated and I thought, I don't like this. And I was in one of those moods today trying to figure out how to run the intro and then pop back in, and didn't know how it was going to come with you coming on and all that. So now that we are here,
well, like I said, this is the first time. Oh my gosh, I cleaned my glasses. I can see. This is going to be a fun show tonight. We're going to cover some things that I'm going to cover anxiety. By the way, this is Nancy. I'm Nancy Matz. I can see my name, first name is down there, Matz. For those of who are listening and not seeing the presentation, see who we are. I live in Northern California. If you want to look me up, nancymatz.com, nancymatzauthor.com, and eventually, I think Shar has my YouTube
did
listing.
you did you notice something? Something you've been bugging me about forever?
What? What?
Look how close I am to the screen. That's something that
Actually,
Restream is doing. Yeah, see?
you know what? You
Nancy's been
look
on me.
good, huh?
Nancy's been on
Well,
me about that for months. And so here I
Well,
am.
it's something to do with an unconscious connecting to the audience. You may
Sure.
not realize what you're doing, but the audience needs to feel closer. When people are too far
Right.
away, it's like looking down on top. It's unconscious connecting.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's doing it
when
for
I
me,
was in
so.
college, when I was in college, I really wanted, I was going to be a teacher, and it's a long story, but I took a lot of marketing business, not knowing what my future holds. And then when I was a manager at a telephone company, I was an engineering manager, and then they moved me to human resources, where I had to do marketing business because they knew my background. Who knew I would change careers after 24 years and do this? So all that, it's funny how we're selective learners. I don't
Yeah.
remember some classes, but the ones I aced and got really good grades in was a marketing business. So it did help. So anyway, to make a long story short, um, I'm really excited about Shar is going to talk to you about some really good things that are happening for her and to bring you into the sphere of who she is. But I would like to cover something, and I have pop-ups, and you know how you have a computer and it's working just fine, and then you get an upload of new thing, and then all of a sudden I don't know where to find how to stop pop-ups. So if anybody helps me out, I'd be happy. So I hope it doesn't make noise. Um, a lot of you know I do this for a living. I do readings, and I've been doing it for 33 years. Oh my God. 33 years, Nancy, you're old. Yeah. I'm 76 this year, and I love doing this every day. And then a lot of people have asked me, Nancy, you're going to do your show. I am, but I'm going to talk about you guys out there. I'm going to help you with your life. But a lot of people asked me to get it. Even Shar brought it up, and we did do a couple of shows. Nancy, we want you to do politics. You know where I'm going with this, right? And the reason is that when I talk to you, I have come to learn, and I've taught Shar a lot of this, and she's gobbling up everything I'm telling her, is that when we move our energy from us to another person, energetically we put our energy and we connect to people. Well, if you do it for 33 years, I pick up a lot of energy. Every time someone here thinks about me, fine. So my couple today was in Italy. It was instantaneous. So instantaneously, everybody's looking at me, everybody's looking at Shar. We're feeling it because you unconsciously don't know you're doing it. So I have been a
Mm-hmm.
wreck for a few days because everybody's thinking I've got calls and it's like wonderful, wonderful. This has been terrible. So when I do a reading, I go by your nickname. I do not want company names. I do not want last names. So guess what? I am terrible at names. So if you go into
Mm-hmm.
politics, you better know people's names, Congress people and all that. Yeah, I can figure out the first thing. I can't ever remember last names. So I kind of stayed away from it. But I want to explain to you who are suffering the most. I was told who's going to win, and I also said Kamala. Now the problem is that I admit who I am, and that I have clients on the East Coast, dozens of them, who talk to me about
Mm-hmm.
politics and who have known Trump for 20 and 30 years. And the stories I've heard, unfortunately, don't come out in the press. So I was already at a place where it bothered me that he got presidency the first time around. And for him to get the second time, now remember, I step into people. In fact, when I watch the news, I have to be really careful not to step into people in the TV. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
They call it remote viewer. They talk it blending, courting. Shara's talk about people who step into her space and she doesn't want it. I don't care. I don't want to step in any place I'm not invited. I don't want to know about people's lives. Why should I? Because I do it every day. This is what
Mm-hmm.
I do for a living. I don't want to do this unless I choose to. But sometimes we can't help it, but there are people who do it purposely. And Shar has suffered from it. Okay, so then if we're watching TV, I don't like stepping into it. I didn't want to get into politics, but I have to, and I want to talk about anxiety for a few minutes. And I told Shar I'd take about 15, 20 minutes, and then she's got the floor. She's got all kinds of wonderful things to talk about. So um, I picked up Kamala because I think I'm prejudiced against somebody who I know too much about. And this gentleman is our president. And who am I? One soul. I'm an old woman voting my own way. That's all the power and control I have. I live in this little spot right here, and I can have an opinion or not. And it's not for me to talk to other people and tell them what to do, unless it's your session, then I don't tell you what to vote for. So what happens is I think that all of us who do this, or the majority, I'm sure there's people who think the other way, I'm sure, they felt the excitement and the energy of a win. And I remember picking up and telling people it's going to be a run. It's going to be amazing because both houses we taken and everybody's, but I thought it would be Lou. We picked up the end result. We just picked up the different person. So now I'm hearing conspiracy this, conspiracy that. Well, actuality, We don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of energy I pick up the third week of December. Well, it's Christmas, but yet I hear other people picking up a lot of energy at that time. What will happen? So people are asking me, boom, 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 who is going to have their hand on the Bible? Tell you the truth, my brain won't let me go there. It won't let me go there because I don't want to be wrong. But I think I'm kind of frustrated and discouraged that it's not going to be my way. Well, how dare I? How dare I say it's my way or no way? If a lot of you listening, watching, you want it your way, and I respect you. So we kind of, for me, I'd rather not go to politics. I told you what happened, and all these people are getting just slammed to Dickens. Good, good people. When I give a reading, somebody say, "Well, Nancy's too blunt." Well, that's the energy I get to tell you the way you need to hear it. If I'm soft and I try it really easy, I have to fight, disassociate my energy from your storyline. I have to force myself to see your story for your life the way it's supposed to
Mhm.
be. And it's hard. I've talked to Shara. This is hard work. I know two or three people. One is a woman in the and I are you if you're watching, why don't you give me a call? I've been feeling you. You text me, see how I'm doing, so go ahead, just call me. And she's like a fairy. You ever met people that are so white hair, white skin, um, soft, and she gives angel readings. She's just lovely, lovely, lovely. You know, there's all kinds of readers out there. With the best intention possible, I have yet to meet people. Yeah, maybe I know a couple. They're in it for the money. Most of us are very good hearted people. I did not ask for this. I got
Mhm.
cancer, I got divorced, I got into this to help people. And the comment, and Char knows this, that my life was really, really bad. Um, and I don't need to tell you because that's the past. But I had a really hard time. And when I got cancer, I got stage 3.5. It was really serious. I was 39 years old. And when a year and a half later, after I left my husband and moved out, I said to God, I said, if you allow me to live, I'll work for you the rest of your life. And the voice went, 15 years in a spiritual church getting my ministry. That's how loyal and dedicated I was. Thank you, God. I'll work for you. So a lot of us have those kinds of stories. And and I'm trying to defend the ones that got you to write terrible things too. I've yet to meet people who aren't authentic, including Shar, because she's getting into this. Her intention, she's got a hard story, just like me. That's something that we connect with. You know, I helped live. She and I have known each other since '96. You don't think I lived her
Okay.
life with her? Tell me, tell me. So, but she's got the best intention. And so, with those that you complain about are so discouraged with, and one young man in the Bay Area told the audience tonight he wants to give it up. He's going to give it up. Like, that's what he says tonight. And I like him. He's fresh and he's interesting. I just came across my mistake. Maybe the universe wants me to hear
Mhm.
another person giving it up. But I want you to back off and allow this story of Trump coming in, going out, coming, whatever's going to happen, to be the story that was written up for all of us. Whatever,
Mhm.
because I have talked to you over and over. Please hear it the right way. We choose our life. We choose a storyline for us. And these are locked in stone. The death
Mhm.
date of my father, April 1st, 1955. We were moving the next morning to Florida. He and a buddy were going to open up an art studio. He worked for Universal Studios as one of the main artists. So when you walked in the hallways, they had all the pictures of the movie stars. Well, he was going to do that in Florida. And he got killed. He got killed. He wrote, then a month earlier, he went to insurance and he said, I need an insurance policy for my life. I have a daughter, two daughters, and a wife. The policy became effective midnight, April 1st, 1955. He was killed at 2:30 in the morning, April 1st, 1955. Yeah, I got the gift from him. Big time. So the thing is that locked in stone. Do we have free will? Very limited. So the storyline of what you're witnessing in politics has always meant to be that. What we do with that or what is the next step, I don't know yet. I try to stay out of it. But I want to just give you I want you to be soft and gentle with the people that were wrong as you think, because I was picking up the same answers, independent, because I have a lot of people asking me privately. But I realized what we were reading wasn't the correct person. It was for the other one.
Mhm.
Anxiety is a big topic. That which we have control over and that we cannot have control over. In school, it's like everybody else, I went to school, test next day, uncalled for test, anxiety ridden. I
Hmm.
probably have a little bit more anxiety. I've had a lot of health issues. I've had cancer. I've had cancer now. This is my third time, minor, second, third time, but it's still on and on. You see all the spots on my face. I had cancer on my face. That's really scary. I'm working for you, God, universe, the divine, the diva, she who rules all. But when you're 76, this is what happens. We kind of break down. No control. Anxiety, yes. But I have learned that even in the midst of anxiety, just deal things because this too shall pass. Um, Test at school, affecting oneself, worried about getting fired on your job, being fired because of COVID. Oh my God, the calls I got. What's my life going to be? Oh, it was terrible. Anxiety of the unknown future. That's what anxiety is. Depression is from the past. When people are depressed, it's what we didn't do with our life and make the choices. So depression
Hmm.
is behind, anxiety is the future. Anxiety of the unknown future and what event can directly affect our person or situation because it may not affect you. So when we lived in Hornbrook on top of Char and I come from the same area. Um, I lived on Black Mountain, Hornbrook, California, not the town, the mountain at 3,000 elevation. My husband's health is failing in his heart. So I bought something in Orville because there's a hospital 10 minutes away. Good move. Yeah. Try to move out. This house didn't sell. We moved back. So now I'm in this first initial house. Big enough, not necessarily where I want to live, but only the divine can choose this. I'm here for another reason. We haven't finished here. So this will finish when it's meant to. The lady who runs the subdivision, she says, "Oh, I'm so glad you're back. You're not done with us." And I didn't even get, I went, "I am? Really?" And she's prompted us. I went, "Okay." She knows who I am. No one else does. Uh, you're witness to a car accident. I was a witness to a car accident. And so, God, it's been a while. I had to give a statement. Was I married to husband one or two? In between 15 years single. Um, I can't remember. It was shortly after I left my first husband, or it was at the end of it. Hearing a relative who has serious illness. When my mother found out I had cancer, it just broke her. It must have been terrible for her. The anxiety was terrible. As with voting, the anxiety watching the election. Tell me,
Hmm.
Charlotte and I didn't stay up until after midnight, please. A couple of nights in a row. Understanding anxiety needs to be broken into the smallest compartmentalized. You know how you've heard the expression, people can compartmentalize issues in their life. When you have anxiety, you need to break it out and figure out what it is. So I have anxiety over the election. Why do I have anxiety? I gave my vote. Am I worried how the government's going to affect me as an old woman? Maybe, but it's not here yet. So what is really causing me the anxiety? It's the unknown because I can't control it. So if you own that and get that, then when things come, then we have more anxiety because that time we can deal with it. But now you don't have a choice. Then what are you doing? And I have to
Hmm.
remind myself, you have anxiety, something that's not even here yet. Who
Hmm.
knows? You know, Trump did pick a woman to the staff. And I think to myself, oh, she's the one that's going to run the country. Are you kidding me? She's going to sit there in his ear and say, "This, honey, is this needs your signature. We need to tweak this one over here to make it better." Hello. I want you to visualize yourself in the midst of throes of anxiety at the bottom of a well. When I do hypnotherapy, sometimes I'll bring this one up because this is good. If you're anxiety ridden or if you're in a bad space, put yourself bottom of the well. And I want you to look around and see it's dark. Nothing's grabbing at you. You can't see, you can see a hole up there where the sky is, but nothing around you. It's either a time of relax, catch your breath, and calm down. Envision paper or pencil in your mind or on your hand. Now write down exactly what it is that anxiety ridden. Try to think that through. Anxiety, going through a lot now? Good time to start a diet, everybody. Why not take a trip? Visit your friend. What good does it do? Think about that. So when you write down issues, it gives you a small window to really evaluate what's really going on. Look at the depth and the reasoning you wrote it down. Okay. So I drive somewhere in the car. I'm a grandma. I got adult grandchildren. My daughter calls me up. She says, were you going to going to sell your little yellow Volkswagen? I love yellow Volkswagen. And I go, well, I would think about it. And she says, well, Jacqueline and Ben, the car broke down. They need a second car. Okay. So on the way down, the car broke down. Oh no, the car broke down. $3,200, $2,200 later, they got the car back. You know why? Because we're grandmas. That's what you do. And in the moment, oh no. So I drove them home, got the towed, and fixed it. Small steps to get the end result. You suck it up, you do it. Getting anxiety when they throw your hands at, oh, what we're going to do, doesn't help the kids. Back up, take your breath, and look at one little step at a time because that's all you can do. I tell people in the throes of discord, any word you want to use for that, trauma, drama, whatever, take 3 breaths. If you can smile, fine. If you can't, if you want to scream, I don't care. Calm down inside your body. We can only take one breath at a time. We can only take one step at a time. And we can only have one clear thought at a time. That's been really clear to me as I got older. The third breath stops the noise. And then say to yourself, I have an issue right here. I'm going to tear it apart. I'm going to make it easy to follow because I can only take one step from the beginning to the middle to the end. And that's how anxiety can be overridden by calmness. No, I didn't say it was easy. You're going to have to practice at it. But you're the one in control of your life, not the anxiety. The anxiety is a test for you or a lesson or experience, however you want to word it. If you want to call it a test, oh, gee, Christmas time, yay. You should see Char's house, right? I love it.
I'm just
So the
starting.
very,
I'm just starting.
sorry, everybody. Um, we could talk about that later, Char.
Yeah.
This will be fun. Yes. Okay. So stop.
Yeah.
So when you have this anxiety, uh, they say that Christmas time, if you put your ornaments up 3 months ahead of time, it helps you be emotionally healthy. Whatever you need to get off that anxiety that is pumping blood through your body at lickety split, you can't calm it down. When I was going through some very, very difficult times after the divorce, I had some health issues. I had some drama. Um, I, in my age group, there was a lot of good shows on TV. Laugh In, Star Trek was good. Anything where you could see something that will turn your mind to somewhere else. So I bought over here, I know you can't see it, the whole package of Lauren Hardy movies. I have a couple of TV shows that really, wow, how fun are these? Like Grimm, fairy tales, and things that pull you out of this moment is what saved me. So Lauren Hardy, my hair's so dark on this. Lauren Hardy is the funniest people of their era. And for me, even though it's that far back, there's no communication. It's just action. Action is the best way because if you have to think of what people are saying, you will think about it, but does that get rid of your anxiety? Sometimes involving an action. So when Lauren Hardy are delivering a piano and they have this huge hill to get to the top to deliver the piano, it is actually hilarious. And laughter gets you out of an anxiety mode. Okay, so I know we broke up talking about Christmas. I hope it flows through of how to step out of anxiety. 3 calming breaths. Think about the breath as you pull it in and push it out. You can only take one breath at a time, one step at a time, and think of one thing at a time. Break down the anxiety situation into little bitty steps until you're done, because it will get done no other way. I know people who broke down. I know people who have had issues, and they call me up. I know two couples that I've been talking to the last couple of weeks. They have lawsuits, attorneys all around them. Wow, they gave me a lot of power. Wow, they want me to tell them to do in a lawsuit? I'm not a lawyer. I can only tell you of the scenario and how it looks and where the power is. So by doing that, I help them put their feet on the ground because their anxiety wouldn't let them to be singular in the spot. One is private property, and one is I caught on fire. What's going to happen next? A lot of anxiety. It disrupts people's lives. But in the meantime, that anxiety going to court is there. They can only think so much, or they can only act so much, but they have to breathe, they have to live. So you allow that to be there and not to absorb everything. When something comes to you, a piece of paper, deal with it, let it go. Because otherwise you'll die. I mean, this will take your life. Um, this is another section. Oh, you lost your job. What is your next step? Oh my God, the people that called me after COVID, during COVID, my work went down to a third of what it was. People just don't have money. I saw as a time to do well, my husband's health. So we had to sell the house. It took a year and a half for me to do double payments for me to finally sell the house. I took a big cut. Health is more important. There is no other choice. You do that for spouses. That's all there is. Unemployment. Okay, so write yourself a new resume. Find someone to write a resume. Who are you? I tell people, and they call me up. They go, "Oh, I just lost my job." And I says, "Well, who are you as a person? What are you talking about?" I says, "I want you to write down everything you've ever done. I want you to take to a resume writer and create a new persona." And I tell people, and I don't think I've talked to Char about this, but um, I used to do a lot of public. I had a pair of shoes and a pair of pants. Of course, I wouldn't wear the same pants 15 years, but I wore different tops. I put those one pair of heels on. That was my working shoes. And the pants were the kind that stretched a little bit, so you could put them on and drive in the car and get down there, and they look great.
Mm-hmm.
I would wear those, and so my persona would change and my attitude changed because I became that next person. Yeah, I did mention it to you, Sharp, and it puts you in a different mode. So I tell people who look for different jobs to get a different resume and to change your look in some way from the person who got fired or laid off because of COVID, whatever the reason you're out of the job, and create a new persona because a new person is looking for the new job with your new resume. Well, all I am as
Mm-hmm.
a clerk. Well, excuse me, have you organized your life? Did you go to school or college? There are so many things that we have done that people will not list. Being an artist, people want to know your hobbies. I know people who do dog shows and they're organizers and this and they, excuse me, you organize a business, you organize a furniture store, that's a big deal. You've got to look at the total picture. Break it down, break down your life, be honorable of your life. Even a 19 or 20-year-old kid has done a lot of things. We just don't remember. So recreate yourself. Maybe it's time for a better job, and the universe is saying to you, okay, it's time to move you on. Well, that happened to me. The cancer in reality was terrible, but it made me realize the value of my life and the dysfunction of my marriage. Pretty big, pretty big deal. I got diagnosed November of '87. I had three surgeries. I had appendicitis attack in the middle of it, in the hospital for a couple of days. I left my husband July 1st, not July 4th, July 1st of '88. That's how long it took me to figure out how valuable it was to myself. Um, that would now looking back, it got me from corporate. I was engineering supervisor, and then I went to HR to do this. So all the times my boss said I was a little stick of a thing, he said, "We're going to put you in front of a group of people, and it's when we talk about layoffs." And I go, "No, you're not." "Oh, yes, we are." I says, "Why are you doing this to me?" He says, "Oh, you're too cute. No one's going to hit you." Really? But it taught me how to talk to people and love people and know what I want to help them. So when this came about, my pledge, and it's a wonderful story how I ended up at the church. Now I know the true reason for my life. Sometimes it's not fame, it's the purpose, yes. But what you talk about is soul satisfaction. You know, when you have soul, and Charles has discovered this, it's that feeling inside your body, knowing that you've done something to help somebody else. Service to God, the
Mm-hmm.
universe, the diva, she who rules all, is one thing that everybody should strive for. Of course, money's crazily important. I'm not stupid. But when you get right down to it, hmm, it's helping people. I have too many stories that take all night. I want Char to have the platform tonight. Um, a relative who has serious illness, can you handle that? How much anxiety is that going to give you? We have stories, tons, but break it down. See what's valuable. Her voice is important. Do Zoom with your children. Send flowers that can be smelled. You want to do this no matter the outcome. If they heal, they'll be a better soul and you'll have a better family member. If they don't heal, then you'll be the better soul for having done what you could to make whatever's last of that individual the best life possible.
Mhm.
Um, I have a quick story because I'm trying to get this done for you. So I'm always learning. There's a new series, I'm going to promote it here, and it's on YouTube. It's called Living with Ghost. Haven't seen them all. I saw it about a week ago. And I thought, well, I'm going to want to look this series up. And the director, or the one in charge, I imagine director, writer, producer, he has interviewed everybody that was involved with the series. And I thought, well, which one am I going to watch? And I said, oh, this lady's name is Betty. I'm going to do that. My mother's name is Betty. So I watched this on the 7th, yesterday morning, yeah, early. I turn it on, a gasp, looks just like my mother. This woman looks like my mother. So, you know, my family is American Indian. My mother had very, very dark hair, almost like what the camera's doing to my hair tonight. And I broke my nose early in my marriage. Larry and I were roughing around. And so I don't have the straight nose that I had as a young woman. And everybody would say, what are you, Nancy? Are you Puerto Rican or whatever? I said, no, American Indian in there. So uh, my mother has a straight nose. Her face is a little smaller. She was a tiny woman. And this woman, I went, oh my God, she even talks like my mother and she has the facial energy, like, you know how people use their lips and everything. And then their eyebrow go like mine up, like this one. And I almost had a heart attack. And her name was Betty. Then it occurred to me, oh my gosh, my mother's birthday was the 4th. This woman maybe only be 5 years older, or 6, 7 at the most. And her name is Betty. She looks like my mother. Last week, my sister's ex-husband died. His name was Larry. We had 3 Larrys. My married Larry, she married Larry, I remarried, had a Larry. Come on, give me a break, right? And my sister was getting very close to him, and they had a wonderful relationship the last 10 years. And I realized the synchronicity situation here, the anxiety of what my sister went through, is going through, is terrible because she thought she was going to reconnect. I found out that he had been diagnosed on the 15th of lymphoma. There had been a rupture. They put him in the hospital. He died of sepsis because of it. On October 15th, he was diagnosed. He died October 30th. I just happened to find something, Betty, who looks like mom, 3 days after she told me. Hello, send it to her. What validation you need that spirit is involved? Everything has a plan. I don't like
Mhm.
it sometimes. By the way, are you hearing this up here? I'm done with dental. Don't do it to me anymore. And so, with that, we sometimes have to surrender to the life we chose and just go along. We are not alone. I feel like there's a crowd with me all the time. In fact, one man broke up with me. He said, we're never alone. I look around and go, yeah, we are. He says, you're not alone. And I go, they're watching? Yeah. And he broke up with me. He was so intuitive, he could feel the people. And I always have someone around, and maybe my grandma, my mother. Uh, there's 2 people behind me. Oh, everybody, if Char has time, y'all talk about I was sent her some gifts in the mail. If she could, it's up to her to tell. And behind me, a man manifested, and she starts screaming into the camera, Nancy, don't move. There's a man behind you. Okay, that's not new. She says, but he's getting solid behind you. He's bending down, looking at the camera at what we're doing. Wonderful story. With the family, the last thing I want to add, if someone is getting to a place where they're maybe not recover, do me a favor and get Zoom, Meetup, Google Meet, FaceTime, and record it if you're long distance. If possible, record their voice. The one thing that people tell me the most is I wish I could talk to them and hear them talk back. I miss their voice. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this 15 minutes. I was trying to keep it short. It's,
Well, on that line about the voice, I was listening to some older EVPs from
oh,
my
that's
team
right.
stuff,
We
and
did it too.
all of a sudden my brother came on. And I only remember him going on one or two investigations. I can't remember him going on this particular investigation. But to hear him do the EVP session and ask questions, it was just fantastic. To hear his voice after a year of being gone, a year, 2 years after he died.
It's so
So
important to hear the voice.
it's so important. I want to thank Jerry. I see Jerry's in the chat room,
Oh, oh, I
and
can't
I
see
want
that.
to tell Nancy, don't reset
Oh,
anything on your settings when you do the
okay.
show. You look great. That's what I was doing on my
Oh,
phone. I was looking to see,
okay, so
what
the
our colors
coloring,
look like. Yeah, so the
okay.
color is correct for you and me. So yeah, yeah, last time I did it, I was real dark.
I know
Anyway, welcome to
we're going to be talking
yes,
Shar. She wants to finish up this part. We were talking one time, we had having AVP session while we were
yeah,
visiting, but the man behind me solidifying, that was another time. It's just amazing what happens. So if anybody wants to find me, nancymatz.com, Nancy Matz author. And I think she posted that underneath. So
yeah, it's
Shar,
underneath.
here's the floor. Go ahead,
Okay,
girl.
well, here's what we got going on. For the time being, the shows are going to be on YouTube. I'm having issues connecting with Facebook and Twitch with StreamYard. I mean, not what am I on Restream? So we're trying to work that out. So from here on in, at least for the foreseeable future, it's going to be the show will be on YouTube. So if you don't have a YouTube account and you're over on Facebook, you better get one because that's how you're going to find us. Um, a lot going on. Like I said, I cannot shoot. Restream has a MP4 file, which is for video, but it's an older file. So the problem I have is, here I have Adobe Audition, and I have Adobe, which is terrific with everything. It's all high tech. It can't read it. So if you guys are going to be listening to the RSS feed, like after the fact, you're going to have to wait a day because I have to wait for YouTube to upload it so I can download it to get the audio off to post it over there. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's a change we're making. Obviously, I don't have the intro I used to shoot. That's not going to be there anymore. I tried to shoot well, it might be if I do it in Adobe. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Because what I don't understand what Corel's doing, and my real easy Corel video editor, but when I shoot from my camera, it brings it as a regular MPEG file, and I can't get it to come into here as a video file. So that working out. It's just details, details, details. Learning Restream and stuff. Heck, I just learned how to bring us both up really big like this. So that was new today. Even though I had frustrations and I was in this, I don't like this kind of mood today. You know, I did do that other show this afternoon. I'll get links up to it on Facebook. Show turned out great. Um, and it was funny because at the very end, there was the "What are you up to" part of the show, and this is a priest I'm talking to on the show, right? And all I could think of was, well, guys, check out the TikTok at California Haunts. And I looked at him and I said, honestly, I don't want to tell you what I'm doing
oh,
because
oh,
they take a
really?
dim view.
Hold on,
They take a dim view on that.
come on.
A lot of
Got
them
a
take a
cat,
dim view.
man.
You know, what I'm doing right now on TikTok is akin to using an Ouija board in their eyes. Okay, so I told him, he laughed about it, but I said, you know what? I'd rather not tell you, Father. I'd rather just keep it, book board. And so, I steered everybody over to. I've had the opportunity the last 3 weeks. Was it 3.5 weeks, right? To start building up my TikTok because we haven't been doing this show, which is why we're an hour early now, 5:30 to 6:30. So from here on in,
Oh,
even the Sunday shows
let me add something
will
to
be.
this. The audience does not know that you've been having internet problems in your area, your house.
Yeah,
So you had to take out the old system and you had to get a new one that would work so that you would have service in your back room.
yeah,
So
yeah,
she and I talked about it and she was forced to do something different. And she says, I'll
yeah.
just go to TikTok and try something out now. And it's evolved. Now she's found
Yeah.
her new platform and new interest. We'll continue doing this, but not like to the degree she did before, because she and I have talked, and she has got to put her power to one thing singular. Go ahead,
So
Char. I
yeah,
want them to know that.
so what I've done is I'll take 1 day off a week from TikTok so I can book guests for this show. But the shows are going to be all week, including Sundays, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Because what I have to do is I've been setting up at 7 o'clock every night on TikTok, and I don't want to change that time and vary it because people know to find me over there now. So I have to be off of here by 6:30 p.m. Gives me a half hour to prepare for what I'm doing over on
Oh,
TikTok. Okay.
got 15 minutes.
And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. That's fine. And I can kind of fudge. Everything's pretty well set up over there. But that just gives me time to mentally prepare for what I'm doing over there. But I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would be doing what I'm doing on TikTok. But I have been building up my audience. In the last 3.5 weeks, I have gained 3,000 followers over on
Well, you're
TikTok.
not telling them what it is you're doing, sweetie. Have
So
us
I,
spit it
I am
out.
doing I am doing I am doing tarot readings. I'm doing 3 card reads and past, present, future reads for people for free on TikTok. Been doing pretty good at it. Building up an audience, building up a good following, building up a nice community over there. I got some nice backers. But the fun part is at the end of the night, I usually go from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific. The last hour, I'll stay on till 11. In the last hour, what we do is we all get together and we talk about anything and everything. That's what we do that last hour of the night. So we all kind of wind down together. So I've been building up a really nice community. TikTok is seeing us more and more. They're putting me out. They're putting me out there. One night I had 8,000 people see see me reading. It was pretty
I know,
incredible.
and they stayed there. One night she had 25,000 people check her out.
Yeah,
Please. So
it was pretty
TikTok is seeing
incredible.
her as valuable. Now, I
Yeah.
have to share with you, when I met her in 96, 97, she was a newspaper reporter locally, like in downtown Sacramento. And she was a punk. Come on. And she sashayed around and wanted to know what this silly land. I was giving a tour, Old Sacramento Cemetery at
Hmm.
13th and Broadway, I think it is. And I did it for 6 years. And she showed up after the first night and went, "Are you kidding me? What is this about?" And over the years of knowing her, she has a great amount of ability
Yeah.
and psychic and mediumship. Not like me. I mean, come on. I don't want anybody to measure against me. Don't do that. In her own way, she is very gifted. I want you guys to check her out. You gotta list that before this show's over. Make sure you tell everybody. But I want to encourage people to check her out. Now she's got more to say before 15 minutes, so go for it, girlfriend. Go on.
Well, I'm averaging anywhere from 45 to 58 readings a night over on TikTok is what I'm averaging,
Amazing.
including including the yes and no questions that come through from people. So I'm rolling all this. I kind of look like what it looks like you guys. It looks like I'm selling something on QVC. That's what it reminds me of. We've got 20 minutes to go. Let's hit those numbers. So that's what I feel like. But I mean, it matches me because I have a lot of adrenaline to begin with, and so the pace fits really well
Really.
for me to do this stuff. To crank out these things. So yeah, come over, check me out, check it out. Between 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific every night, I'm over on TikTok
How
doing
they
some
find
card
you?
readings.
What's your well,
California
how they
Haunts.
find you? Okay.
Just type in California Haunts on TikTok, and I'll pop up. I'm popping up more and more for people too. It's been nice the last few nights because people have told me that they never would have found me except I popped up on their FYP, which is the For You page. So it's finally happening to where TikTok is distributing my shows out further out. Okay, so that's being done. So we're gonna be booking for this. I'm gonna need at least another week and a half, at least another week, to get this show fully booked, so we can do this. That's why the show is now at 5:30 p.m. Pacific because I want to have that extra half hour for relax mode. Other thing I'm doing, and I want you guys to join me in all this. I'm dieting. I'm dieting. I want to lose 40 pounds before spring, and so I'm taking you guys on that journey with me. I've gotten food. I got some food arranged by my doctor. So it's all low sodium. It's vegetables. It's healthy food, and I get 2 meals a day out of that. And I was surprised. I ate the first one this afternoon. I'm going to be sharing this on TikTok after I do the night one. But I ate the first one this afternoon. They're in those little plastic things. So they don't look very big. But
TV
once I
dinner
put
looking.
it, yeah, it's just a little tiny thing. But once I stuck it in my air fryer, it's huge. It's a huge portion. It's like a portion you get in a restaurant. But it was shrimp pesto. It was only 450 milligrams of salt. So
I
there's
how do you
nothing.
I don't know how to figure that out. You'll have to tell me later because I don't know if that's a lot or
That's,
not.
no, that's not a lot. It says on the package what it is. Most people eat around 2,000, 3,000 milligrams of salt a day. People that have
Ooh.
heart failure have to stay around 1,000. Now, when I was really at the height of my heart failure, I kept myself around 500. That's how I was able to recover so as quickly as I did with weight and everything. I kept myself real
Mhm.
low. But I'll be averaging probably about maybe 1,100 milligrams a day is all. And it doesn't bother me because the food, I mean, that pesto was excellent today. And they give you a big portion because I thought, oh God, if I have this little tiny portion, I'll be starving. But it's a
So
big
you're going
portion.
to be doing a cooking event online to talk about
Yeah,
this,
but
or
the
is it
thing
one
is,
night a week?
they're pre-cooked. But I mean, yeah, I can do that as I'm throwing it into the air fryer
Well, you
to
told them
cook.
you're going to take them along with you, but how are you going to present it to the audience?
So I'm going to present to you guys. I wanted to do it today, but I got busy. Just like I forgot to charge my batteries up for in there for my light. Um, so when I open the meals up, like at the end of the day, because I took a photo of it, that what I ate today, and then I'll do that tonight with my dinner. I'll take another photo and I'll
Is
describe
that
it.
going to be on
And then
Instagram then?
yeah, Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and
Okay,
everywhere.
that's what I want you to
And
tell them.
yeah, and so hopefully I'll be able to start timing myself better during the day so that when I rip that thing open, I can actually film it. Say, hey, this is what I've got. This is the calories. This is what I'm putting in my body, and then put it in the air fryer. Beep, bring it out, and then do my little eat thing.
And she
Get
will
my review
cover
on it.
what the program's called. So if you out there
Yeah,
need to get
yeah,
hold of this kind of program, this is
yeah.
because this is doctor
If you
sanctioned, which is
because
terrific.
this is free to everyone. If you have a chronic thing going on with you, if you have a chronic illness, you can get this food, and they will tailor it to whatever illness you have. That's what's so cool about it. So I've got 5 months of meals coming for now. In fact, I even called them the other day because I hadn't heard from them since I got approved. Sure enough, the same day I call, I open the front door and they're sitting out there in a box. But you can either get
Of
groceries
course.
delivered or they send prepackaged meals, such as what I have as a
Mhm.
pre-made meal. But I mean, it doesn't taste like hospital food. It's not what you think it is. Because I thought, oh my God, it's gonna taste like hot. Because my brother was getting after he got sick, he was getting these meals from somewhere, and they were plastic. I mean, they were just nasty. But I was
Yeah.
eating his meals for a while there. They were just nasty. But these are not nasty. I mean, this had spinach in it. It had all kinds of stuff. Big old rigatoni in it.
Mhm.
I mean, it was great. The shrimp were big. So I'll be sharing that weight loss thing with you guys because what I will do is now for my breakfast. I would when I was in the hospital at the time I was in the hospital. I made notes of what they were giving me for those 3 days I was there. So for my breakfast, I got to run over to Safeway and get my mini wheat cereal because those are low sodium. So I'll be low sodium all day long. So yeah, so I'm going to share that with you guys and show you what this company does. And like I said, it's free. You have to talk to your medical coverage, but it's free to anyone with a chronic condition. And you can pick like if I find something I don't like that I'm eating out of this batch because I got like 14 things of food. I have 7 days worth. And so if there's a particular meal that I don't like, I can get a hold of them and pick something else and exchange it out for the next time they come. So they're going to deliver weekly. So it should be interesting, it'll take another week and I'll start feeling really good because I won't have all this salt in my system. It's going to just be out. Tonight I'll probably do turkey meatballs. So we'll see how that goes. Turkey meatballs and pasta. And the reason why they give you pasta, guys, and don't go ew pasta. Pasta is for people on diets because what pasta does, it's like when you make mac and cheese. You put your noodles in the mac and cheese and they blow up and they're bigger. That's the whole point of eating pasta because pasta will expand in your stomach so you feel full.
I thought carbohydrate that was too much carbohydrates. They turn into sugar.
No, no. But I mean, it's part of that. But I'm just saying is that the other part of that is that it fills you up more because it expands.
Mhm. Brown rice does
Pasta.
too. That's what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, that's happening. So I'm going to start doing ghost hunts, live ghost hunts. Once we get Restream hooked up to Facebook and stuff and get all this proper stuff, I'm going to be doing some live ghost hunts. But in the meantime, they'll probably be on TikTok. I'm going to start. I'm going to do an ITC water session here at the house and see what we pick up, so I can show everybody what that is and how I go through to get the faces out of there. How meticulous I have to go through stuff. So we're going to start doing stuff like that. Saturday nights, I will cook. Saturday nights, I want to do easy dishes for people that are at home. Like my mother used to get home at 4:30. My dad would get home at 5:30, so she had to whip up stuff really fast. So like the first one Saturday night, if my hamburger's defrosted, we'll see. That'll be sloppy joes, real easy sloppy joes. Stuff that
Mhm.
parents can make. That's easy. But in the meantime, yeah, I want to take you on this diet journey with me, and so there's all kinds of stuff coming up, and I'm excited. And I just have to get the bugs, work the bugs out of Restream for now. But you're going to see some changes. I'll probably get the website back up soon here, very soon. I just got to get caught up on bills and stuff, get all that going. All right, the meetup. For those of you out there that are members of our meetup, there's happenings over there. Meetup, the same company that bought StreamYard bought Meetup. And Meetup went from $23.99 a month to $45.99. I can't afford the $45.99. If I could, you know, I'd be broadcasting elsewhere. Not to knock Restream, because so far Restream looks good tonight. But unfortunately, I can't afford to pay $45.99 a month for Meetup. So the only thing I can do with
StreamYard
Meetup
also went
is,
up to the same amount.
yeah.
StreamYard went
So
up to the
yeah,
$45 a month.
yeah. So I can't. That's why we're not at StreamYard anymore. So the only thing I can do with Meetup is I'm going to go ahead and start charging $2 a month membership over at Meetup. I mean, all the events get posted there anyway. All right, so you guys can see that. If I don't get enough people involved paying the membership at Meetup, then I'm going to have to close the Meetup down. I have no choice. I hate
And
to
you
do
only
it.
have a
I've had it.
few weeks to answer everybody.
Yeah,
So you have to do 2 weeks.
I've had the Meetup for almost 20 years. It's sad that I'm going to have to shut down.
Uh-huh.
But it's just the price has gone beyond what I'm going to be able to put out. I mean, and that's why I had to leave StreamYard as well, which I'm happy over here so far. Like today, the show I'm seeing today, it looks really good. Jerry, tell me, has there been any weird things with the video? Any glitches or anything like that?
Not
Give me a
my end.
message. Let me know. Because you never know. I have this new internet. We should be moving really fast with it. But I do notice around 7 o'clock it really slows down too because there's a lot of people online. And then it
Yeah.
picks up again after about 8:30.
I
But
do want to I want to point out real fast that you and the audience are probably adding up in your mind, well, that's only $90 a month. But there's so many programs that we have to Corel,
yeah,
Adobe, they all have big charges to them. So when you add
yeah,
it up, we do not make enough money to cover all these programs because the
right,
meetup programs, the YouTube shows she was watching did not give her an income. In fact, when she's
yeah,
ready to get monetized, wait a minute, you're doing interviews? Oh, that doesn't warrant monetization. Really?
yeah,
So that kind of
yeah. I got
changed the
tricked.
focus on everything. So
Yeah, that
before
changed
you
the
do that,
focus on stuff. And I was looking
yeah,
for an excuse. I was waiting to do something on TikTok, and there was a perfect timing because when the internet went down and the situation came up, I was able to focus more on TikTok, and I'm making a little money. I'm not making a lot of money over there, or I'm making enough to pay bills. But I did have to cut back on stuff, so that's why all this is happening. All these, I had to cut. I came here because it's a lot lower price. Well, even the basic thing that we're on here is almost $10 lower here than it was on StreamYard for the well now it is for sure, but for what I was paying before on StreamYard. So that's the thing. So with Meetup, that's what's going to happen. You guys are all going to be receiving a letter from me explaining the situation, and we can take it from there. And I have till the end of the month with Meetup, and if I don't, if we're not able to make that cost, I'm going to have to leave Meetup. I just have no
mhm,
choice. I hate to do it. It's breaking my heart to do it because
mm, mm.
there's like 1,200 of you over there. But I don't have a lot of choice. But the main thing I want to focus on this weekend or next week is to sit down with Restream because I have to get us onto Facebook. I don't want to lose you guys on Facebook, so I have to focus on being able to broadcast on Facebook as well. So that's the main focus. But for now, at least I'm working out the details with this. I'll get the credits up this weekend. Get those flowing again, and it's just a learning curve. It's a big learning curve, just like it has been on TikTok. To do this stuff, but I'm having a ball on TikTok. It's been fun, and it's a totally
And she
different.
is. Now, were you
It's a
going to
totally
mention
different.
that the one thing? I'm not going to say it. The next step of TikTok readings, were you going to bring that up?
Yeah. Um, the other thing that I do, I'm capable not only of reading the oracle cards, the 3 card readings, is I can do the other types of readings with the other decks. So I can do full readings for people. I can do love readings. I can do whatever you need. But that I'm going to charge for. So that's going to be the
That
next
will
step.
not be on the screen. That will not
Yeah,
be on
I'm trying
TikTok.
to
You have to
figure.
call in.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out pricing for that. So I'm working on doing that as well. So there's a lot of stuff in the hopper. Um, I'm going to be taking you guys with me on a lot of things, just like the Christmas light tour. We're going to be able to do that this year for the first, and so I'm excited. I got another cell phone, so a newer cell phone, so I'm excited about that. I needed one desperately, so that got taken care of. So baby steps. That's all it is baby steps, and just bear with
Remember
me. And
anxiety, baby steps,
yeah,
everybody. And it's been
yeah,
going
yeah,
amazingly well for her. I'm so excited.
yeah,
All the anxiety of all these new charges
yeah,
and what am I going to do? The internet crashed in her house and she had to get a phone because it crashed, everything at once, and she was going, "Boing, boing." Okay, little steps. And it's
yeah,
amazing. The energy shifted, Shar. It was
yeah,
amazing. And she is
yeah,
flourishing. Everybody, you got to see her working. It's really
yeah.
great.
It is so fun.
I'm just
It
going,
is so fun.
yay!
It is so fun. It was fun last night or the night before, because I had a person on there who was giving me gifts that I never seen before, like
Oh,
like like the cowboy hat with the mustache, and
I don't know.
this guy goes, just sit still, don't move, and so I went, okay, and there it was. Last night, what did I get? Oh, I got
Oh, overlay, an
the
overlay on you. Oh, fun.
yeah, the overlay. I
Oh,
got the I got the dia de los muertos flowers up on top of my head. So I mean, it's
hmm.
stuff like that. So it's fun. Plus, they have me making weird sounds when these things come up. I got the
Yeah,
whole
to me,
corgi
who's
thing
going
where
to
I have to
holler.
bark. It's all part of TikTok. But the one that got me was that I growl like a dinosaur. That's another one. They're trying to get me to do a dolphin sound. But when I try to do it, it comes out like Daryl Hannah in Splash. When they, what is your name? And that squeaky thing she does. I haven't got the dolphin sound yet, but it is fun. It's fun, and by the end of the 3 hours, I can hardly talk, because I'm talking all the time. But it is a fun experience. So if you have TikTok, come over, check it out. California Haunts Radio. That will be at, I think it's just California Haunts over there, California Haunts. But that will be at 7 p.m. Pacific today, or thereabouts. And yeah, so that's what's going on, and that's the update, and that's where we're at right now. So I have 3 people lined up to do shows. So give me, and maybe 4, because the show I was on today, I'm going to see if he'll come back on the show. But give me another week at least, and then I can start lining up guests again for this. I will be back on Sunday to do the read for Frankenstein, and then the following Sunday we will probably be shifting into holiday mode. So we're going to shift to creepy Christmas stories and all that stuff. So that's going to get shifted around too. But if everything looks good today, as far as the video goes, I'm going to be really excited. That there weren't any glitches doing this show. I know I had a few sound glitches because the thing kept popping. I might have the sound up too high on this, for
Oh,
the settings
really?
that they have here, because I'm used to having it higher on StreamYard.
Oh,
So
it
I might,
sounds great from this side. I don't,
yeah, it does. But when I listened to it after the weekend, it had a popping noise all the time on it. So I got
oh,
to see, because when I look over, like where it shows you and I talking on off to the right, it shows it turned up all the way on here. So I may have too much sound
ooh,
coming out from my end. So just making adjustments. So bear with us, you guys. But but within a week, I should have all this stuff evened out and done. It's just a learning curve right now for this. But what this has done, like I was saying, was that I've been wanting to get on TikTok for a while and see what I could do. Because the other thing I want to do is I have an agency now representing me on TikTok, and I want to get a stream key. I want to get a stream key so that we can broadcast this show on TikTok as well. And that's been one of my goals for a long time. But what this has allowed me to do this last 3 weeks has given me the opportunity to go over there and focus over there and build up what I needed to build up over there. And now it's just a question of keep building, keep building upon it and stuff. So I'm real excited. I'm real excited about things. We've got a great future ahead of us. We're going to be doing ghost hunting. There's going to be a training thing with my team. I could finally have the time to do that and start rolling with everything and get everything rolling in the right direction. So I'm stoked. Okay, well, Nancy, if you want to repeat your websites and all that, go ahead and do that, because um, there's no
okay,
end credits. So have at it.
okay. Hello, I'm Nancy Matz, matz.com, nancymatzauthor.com. And I have a channel. I've been moving Char's show that I do with her to my channel. Now, she has it listed on her show, on her page. We're kind of a playlist called. Also, on my site, I have other shows I've done, plus videos of my working with Spirit of Grace. I had literally thousands of hours that I'm migrating. I will be starting my own show I mentioned earlier, talking about all the thousands of sessions, one at a time, of the interests and hopefully help you in your life. I've had health issues again, and so I got skin cancer. They got these all cleared up and kind of put me under the weather a little bit. So here we go, doing more. It's like catch up time for me now. So keep in touch. If you like my website, or you want to talk to me, there's links on nancymatzpsychic.com. All right, Shar, thank you for allowing me to do that again.
Sure, you guys know where to find us. We're all over Facebook. We're all over the internet, especially in TikTok. So I will see you guys Sunday at the same time at 5:30 p.m. Pacific to read Frankenstein. So keep smiling, Nancy, because there's no end credits, so they're going to get to see us till the very end. All right, guys. See you over at. Let's see. I just flipped something weird down. There we go. See you guys over at